The review that went live today, I'm going to talk about really very briefly. Please just read the review. Is the AVID accent integrated amplifier. If we look at this through a pure by the numbers approach, a 70-watt amplifier with a phono stage, a headphone amp, 4-line inputs, all on RCA for £4,500. That seems a bit toppy, doesn't it? The reality is that this is an outstanding product. This is what you get. AVID is a measurement and engineering company. I have every confidence that the measurements that this thing puts in are spectacular. But more than that, exactly what Phil was just saying about speaker matching. 70 watts, it doesn't sound that much. You can buy amplifiers with a lot more power on paper than this. This thing, you'd have to be living in a hangar to run out of grunt with it. I was using it with the EPOS speakers I reviewed a little while back. They're pretty insensitive. They required more measured output, and I do check this with a voltmeter than most of the other speakers that are passed through with their price bracket. AVID didn't break a sweat. I didn't get anywhere near halfway with it. It is an absolutely outstanding product. One of the comments that's actually popped up in this whilst the podcast has been happening says it looks like a child woodwork project. Bring me that child, frankly. They can start building other things for me, possibly at very cheap rates. This product, yes, it's not visually spectacular, but it is built like a lorry. I'll tell you an anecdote against myself on this one. Shortly after it turned up, I actually needed to make a change to the back, something at the back. So I pulled it slightly out of the rack to get to the back, and I left it balancing. Actually, what happened is I turned my back and it just toppled out of the rack. And this didn't damage the AVID in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, but it was enough momentum to tear a set of phono plugs off one of the tone arms that I use without a moment's hesitation. This is an incredibly sturdy product, and the way that you interact with it, you just begin to realize that absolutely nothing is there that doesn't need to be there. And it's a different design philosophy to the more ornate way of making high-end product, but it is very, very satisfying in its own way. And you just use it and feel that it would work indefinitely, so long as you don't pour boiling water over it or something like that. It's just going to keep going. Honestly, this is one of the best bits of kit under £5,000 I can remember testing. If you have a digital source already, it really, really, really needs to shoot straight up to something that you go and listen to for yourself. Obviously, don't buy it on the strength of the reviews. We've just been talking. Get some more data. But yeah, it's a peerless bit of kit. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. I've only very, very reluctantly unlimbered it from the rack this morning because there's something else that needs to be tested now. Reviews up on the site. If you've got any questions, please just ask. But no, this is a late contender for featuring in Editor's Choice.